What's up, everybody? Welcome to a new passive income video, guys. Today we're going to be breaking down using bots to promote your Redbubble stores. Let's go ahead and pull up Redbubble real quick. And let's break this down because I did get a few messages on this and a few questions. And hopefully this will clear everything up behind the strategy of using these tools, okay? So back in the day when we were just over and we were just completing the 2019, I guess you could say, Instagram bot block wave. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, back in the year 2019, Instagram botting was it was associated with a lot of problems. And that's just because it became very famous at that point in time. Before 2018, before 2019, there was a large group of people using bots, but nobody really talked about it. It wasn't something that was as public and it wasn't as discussed. It was just something that people were using and they were growing it, their businesses, and they were making a ton of money with it. And the reason why I know that is because I used it. Now, by the time 2018, 2019, things started to change, and the people who were using bots for a long period of time, who were very aware of how to use the tools, they pivoted. They figured out the things that they had to change using the tools, meaning there were certain strategies that were applied. Certain strategies that essentially didn't really matter in 2017, 2015, 2014, etc. But as the years went on, in 2018, 2019, their Instagram started realizing the amount of botting that was going on, and they wanted to slow that down. So they limited certain things and they changed certain approaches that hurt a lot of what I call amateurs. These amateurs, because they found out about it late, right? They found out about Instagram botting way before or way after the trend kind of expired. They were expecting to have the same results that the experts were having. But the experts had certain, not algorithms, but they had certain tactics, certain strategies that weren't as public. And I was actually trying to make videos during that period of time, trying to tell everybody about these strategies at the time. And like I said, this was back in towards the end of 2018 and for most of 2019 in the beginning, at least probably about 3/4 of 2019. By the time it came around 2020, things were clearing up more and there were different tools that you could use. There wasn't the common API tools. Back then, guys, in 2018, 2019, the common tool to use for Instagram was referred to as an API tool. Those tools do exist and some of them do work, but not to the level where they used to. So, for example, if you used to be able to do 500 total actions on, and when I say actions, I'm talking about on Instagram, follow, unfollow, comment, like, stories, etc. You can do these things. Maybe you used to do 500 a day. That number drastically went down with using an API tool to about 50 per day or 25 per day or 30 per day without getting blocked, okay? Eventually, what Instagram started to do is they left kind of an open market to manual users, which is kind of the tools that I use now that look like this, right? These different tools. It's kind of an open market now. So let me just go ahead and turn off this bot. But basically, we have strategies the way we use things. And we have to keep in mind that in order for us to use these tools, there is a game we have to play with Instagram. We have to play in their rules. If we play by their rules, we're going to succeed. Now, you guys know the game. I use these Instagram bots to succeed with Redbubble, with other projects as well. Not just Redbubble, but with other projects. The cool thing about Instagram is you can have as many Instagram accounts as you want. As long as you have an email for it, the phone number, etc., you're good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and share with you guys the numbers to use for the Instagram bots. And when I say the numbers, I'm talking about the number strategies here, like the amount of comments to do, the amount of likes to do, etc., depending on what tool you're using and why, okay? So let's go ahead and jump right in. The tools that I recommend, I'm just going to list them out here. Any tool from here, so bots and apps at gumroad.com. I have an affiliate link, by the way. I'll leave that in the description box down below. So these are what I call the monthly tools because you're going to be paying monthly. And then you have a different website here, which is followunfollowbots.com, where you don't pay monthly, you pay one-time fee. The £67 sterling British pound sterling, something like that. It comes out to roughly, I mean, don't quote me on the numbers, but roughly anywhere from $88 to $92, depending on the current exchange rate. And that's for one license. And I want to be clear what one license means. One license, they actually say it here, but one license is for where the app can be installed on one computer. So when you get the license, you can see how many computers it works on. In this case, this works on one computer. So for this specific software. Then you have, where was it here? igbots.org, which I was fighting for such a long time to be an affiliate for these guys. I eventually got it. These guys I am an affiliate of. By the way, everything I mention, I'm an affiliate and I do promote. But you guys know, I'm not promoting them just because I'm an affiliate. I used to promote these guys way before I was even an affiliate. So, you know, if it's something that works and something that does well, I'm happy to promote it. But obviously, the affiliate thing kind of helps out support the channel. But anyways, here is the tool that I currently use now. It's probably the most, I would say, effective, a little bit more expensive than the other tools. The other tools were as expensive as this one. The difference is that these are on sale and they're not updated anymore. They're not like they're not top of the line, but they do work. They do work. In fact, this tool, I have it right here as an example, and it does work perfectly fine. It's not like it doesn't work, but this is their newest tool, and I always like to use the newest stuff. So here is the optimal marketing tool, which you can do follow, unfollow, and like. The cool thing about this tool that makes this different than this one, where is it? This tool and this one is that this tool you can follow people from a like list. So let's just go here and search for, let's say, a competitor account. Let's pick this one. I can go to the people that liked their photo and I can follow them. On this tool, where is it? On this tool, you cannot do that. You can only follow people through the follow list. Okay, so I just want to keep you guys aware of that. You can also follow people through the like list with this tool as well. So I want to be clear. Now, regardless of what tool you're using for this tutorial, the numbers are going to not differ. Okay, I want to keep some general rules here because I realize that there's a lot of people who are using Redbubble and want to learn how to promote Redbubble but never seen an Instagram bot in their life and don't know what Instagram bots really are capable of and, you know, kind of ways to use them. I want to get some frequently asked questions out of the way. I get this question all the time. Does Redbubble ban your account for using Instagram bots? No, I want to be clear about that. Redbubble will never ban your account for driving traffic from other platforms. That's clear. The second thing is, can you get banned, meaning your Instagram account deleted if you do this? The answer is yes, but if you use the wrong bots. That's why I say specifically, I don't support any bots that I don't mention because I've never tried them. Or it's not that I never tried them. It's that I can only recommend what I have used, and I know that works. So these tools here will not get you banned. When I say banned, like I said, I want to be clear. It means that your Instagram account gets deleted. If you go to some random website and search for a tool like this, they might exist, but it could get your account banned. And like I said, it could get your account removed off the platform. So these accounts, these bots, or this bot, and this bot will not get your account banned. I want to be clear on that, okay? Now, can it get your account blocked? The answer is yes, and that's the whole purpose of this video, is so that you guys don't get blocked. So let's talk about what getting blocked means. Getting blocked means that if I keep, let's just say I go to account and I just click follow, and I just keep going. Eventually, Instagram is going to make this little pop-up and it says, hey, you can't follow anymore. You're doing too much. Basically, I'm butchering the quote, but they're going to essentially say that, you have to wait a little bit to do this action, okay? That's what we call a follow block, or a like block, or a comment block. When you're doing something too much in a period of time, you're going to get blocked. Now, I want to be clear. You want to reduce the amount of times you get blocked for two reasons. The first reason is because it decreases productivity. When you're out here working every single day, doing your follows, doing your likes, doing your comments, etc., you want to keep going with it. The more you do it, the more success you're going to get. Like if I go to my profile here, I wish I could show you guys like the stats. I have a screenshot on my photo, but last night we posted these photos. These 3 photos, we followed 70 people. We gained 30 followers from that 70 just because of the target we used. So every day that we miss out on finding new targets, finding new people to engage with, things like that, is a day that we're missing out on success. Okay? So that's the first reason. You don't want to decrease your productivity. The second reason, guys, is because what happens is let's say you do 500 actions in one day. You don't get blocked. The second day, you try to do another 500 actions, you get blocked. What happens is your limit is set at a certain point. Every Instagram account has a different limit, okay? They're called account limits. I believe I did this video maybe 3 years ago, okay? And this was introduced back in like 2018, late 2018. Instagram decided to put now account limits on each account that are different for each account. So I can't sit here and say, look, I have multiple Instagram accounts. On some Instagram accounts, I can do 300 follows a day. On other Instagram accounts, I could do only 50 follows a day without getting blocked. It's just different, guys, because it's what you have exposed the account to. Essentially, the more blocks you get, the more you're hurting your account. Now, it's not the end of the world if you do get blocked, but realize that you got blocked because you did not understand the limit of your account. Now, there are some estimations out there that people have pontificated on and said that there's an estimate of the number of actions that you could do per day. When we talk about actions, we're talking about follow, unfollow, comment, and like. We're talking about those specific actions, okay? The number roughly is 200, but I am not going to sit here and say, guys, do 200 of them. In fact, that's the reason why I created these courses about 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. They were $10 each, and the purpose of them wasn't to earn a profit off of people. The purpose of them was to introduce people to the concept of gradual progression. See, if I go up to my Instagram account right now and I do 600 follows in one shot, Instagram is going to realize that this is not normal behavior for this account. Like before, we used to do only 100 followers or 200 followers. Why all of a sudden 600? And if Instagram sees this more frequently, they will perform more blocks, okay? So that's why in these courses, this course and this course, I introduced the concept of gradual progression. And what gradual progression means is that, let me just go ahead and pull up a whiteboard here. Let's pull up a whiteboard so I can explain what I'm talking about. What gradual progression means is that you grow slowly over time. Let's say this is a period of 7 days, right? Let's say day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6, day 7, right? You do a little bit here, you do a little more, then 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 you do a little more, or a little more rather, and then you do finally a little more. And what this is it means like you're growing slowly over time. That's really what it means. You don't want to shock the system, essentially. It's almost like a guy who's drinking alcohol. He might, if he never drank in his life, he might get drunk off one beer. But if he's been drinking for 5 years, every single day a beer, it might take him more than one beer to get drunk. Do you guys feel what I'm trying to say? So gradual progression. You don't want to push it too fast. Now, the number is don't exceed 200. I don't recommend anybody to exceed 200 actions in one day. Now, the action breakdown is going to be different. For everybody, I recommend nothing over 50 comments a day. If you're going to use the comment bot, and by the way, guys, this is my personal recommendation. Do you have to follow my personal recommendation? Absolutely not. You guys are free to do whatever you want. I'm just speaking based on the masses, based on the people that I have dealt with. At the time in 2018, 2019, when I was servicing Instagram accounts, I had an agency where we serviced literally hundreds of accounts, and that's not an exaggeration, because what would happen is in 2018, 2019, a lot of people just couldn't do it anymore. They couldn't figure out the method how to do it themselves. So I created a service, not on YouTube, but outside of YouTube, where I offered to grow people's accounts for them, and boatloads of people signed up because they just couldn't do it for themselves. And so when I would do it for them, I realized that, like I said, this is generalities. We're talking averages here. Some people, 200 a day might be way too much for them. They might need to do 50 actions a day. Some people, 200 is good. Some people, 150 is good. For me personally, guys, I don't do 200. I do roughly 150 a day at max. That's me personally. And if you do the numbers on that, let's just pull up a calculator. Okay, 150 per day. If you reach out to these just 150 people per day times 30, that's a lot of people. That's 4,500 people. You can gain easily 2,000 followers in a month if you're doing it right. if you're doing it correctly. And by the way, for the numbers, I've made a video on YouTube, or not one video, I made 7 videos every single day for 7 days where I documented my process using the bot. I think it was this one at the time. The course, where's the course here? This is the one, the follow and follow bots one. I used this course to explain it, and I also used, where was it here? This exact bot, and I gained half of every person I followed. So if I followed 200 people that day, I gained 100 followers back. So I was gaining roughly 50% conversions. And if you guys know the numbers on 50%, if I followed 4,000 people that month, I would have gained 2,000 followers back. So this is not like something I haven't done before. And you know what I mean? I've been there. I've done that. So me personally, in today's world, I like to cause no issues with Instagram. I don't even want to leave it up to question. So what do? 150 actions a day. No more than 50 of those actions are going to be comments. If I really want to push the edge, I'll go for 50. But usually I'll go for about 30, 35, 40, something like that. The rest are all follows, okay, or likes. And what I do is I don't do all likes in one day, okay? When we talk about getting blocked on Instagram, this is why I said, guys, this tool is going to be the most effective out of these 3 tools. The one in the middle, the follow and follow one, because Instagram views a follow or an unfollow at the least value. It takes up the least amount of resources. For those who remember using Instagram bots back in the day, there was something referred to as API calls. Essentially what API calls means is if you're using an Instagram bot that was an API bot, when you would do a follow or an unfollow or like, it would take a certain amount of energy to do it from the bot connecting to the Instagram. And every account had a certain limit of the amount of API calls it could do per hour, per day, etc., right? And people would get blocked if they over exceeded that number of API calls. So that's kind of why what I'm saying here is that for me, the follow-on-follow, from what I tend to see, it is the least invasive, but it is also the most reward-friendly. Like, it gives you the most rewards in terms of follows, likes, purchases, etc., okay? If you're focused on strictly engagement, then I would do like and comment. But like I said, all these tools are phenomenal. They work very, very well. Now, back to the numbers. I wouldn't do, like, for example, okay, first of all, me personally, I don't exceed over 50 comments in one day. If you ever get blocked doing any of these numbers, you know that that's too much for your account. You just should know, okay? So next time you bring it down a notch. And when I say next time, you need to give your account a rest. After you get blocked, remember, it's not the end of the world. You just give it an account and rest. Now, somebody will probably ask me, how often do you get blocked? I don't get blocked. Not even once. In the past 6 months, I haven't got blocked once. Why? Because I'm very aware. I'm hyper vigilant of the number of actions that I do per day. If you're behaving like ridiculous for your account, then you're going to get blocked, okay? But don't be scared of it. It's not something that's the end of the world. I want to be clear on that. I want to make sure everybody knows that it's not the end of the world if you get blocked. Now, for the amount of, like I said, follow and follows, I'd probably do maximum on the day for that, roughly 150, 175. But if I'm doing 175, I'm not going to do anything else for the day. And I'm actually not going to exceed 150 for the rest of the week if I do 175 for the day. If I do 150, I'm not going to do anything else as well. But I will do 150, the next few days. I don't worry about that. If I end up doing only 100 follows, let's say, what I'll do is I'll include some comments, maybe 15, 20, and then I'll do another 15 or 20 likes, okay? And that's roughly around the 150 mark. Obviously, it's not exact, but it does the job. Now, let's just say you did 30 comments. Should you then go and say, okay, I have 120 likes left. Should I do all likes? No, you should not do that. Because like I said, they take more resources. The comment takes more resources than the like, and the like takes more resources than the follow. When I say resources, I'm talking about, like I said, those calls that Instagram uses as values to see if you're a bot or not, if you're a robot. So what I'm trying to say is that let's say 100 and let's just put it this way: 150 follows from a Instagram bot perspective to me personally is roughly about 50 comments worth from an Instagram blocking perspective. Does that make sense? So also in that same notion, I'm going to say roughly 70. 70 likes is roughly equal to 150 follows as well. Okay? I would not do 150 of each. That is ridiculous. That is way too much. You're going to get your account out of here, essentially. And when I say out of here, I don't mean banned, I mean blocked. So basically what the notion of this video is, whether you're using this bot that does follow and follows, whether you're using any of these tools here that do comment, follow and follow, like, or whether you're using, let's go ahead and put the IG bots tool that can do follow, unfollow, and like as well. And this one could do comments. Whether you're using any of these tools, the numbers stay relatively the same, okay? What you want to realize is that you don't want to put your account in jeopardy. Like I said, not because of something that Instagram will do. Instagram won't harm you, but because you want to keep in mind that every day that you're missing out on using these tools is a day that you're potentially missing out on some free sales. That's really all the idea is, or some free followers. Now, something you want to also realize is the long-term growth of your account. This is why I say, guys, in the iron rules, I've said get 1% better every single day. Don't focus on changing your reality overnight. It's highly unlikely, okay? If you can get 1% better, it's better, in my opinion, to do 50 follows in one day than to go out there and do 50 follows every day of the week, than to go out there one day and try to do 300 follows in one day. It doesn't work that way. Do not exceed certain numbers in the day, not for the account safety, because who really cares at the end of the day? It's an Instagram account. It's not like your life and soul is tied to it. It's just that you want to keep growing over time, okay? Now, hopefully this video made this concept clear. I said I would make the video. If you guys happen to have questions, please leave them in the comments down below. I'm open to answering any questions you may have. Now, with that being said, like I said, I'm an affiliate for all these different tools that I'm recommending here. If you want to go ahead and grab the courses, like I said, the courses are just for gradual growth over time so that you don't experiencing any issues later down the road. This one had, I believe, 36 weeks, a 36-week guide. I could be wrong here. I believe it is 36 weeks, but I honestly can't remember. And this one, I believe, had a whole year's worth. And I would take it week by week by week by week with the spreadsheets. And you guys could just go to the name of the website, primebrainz.com. The brains is with a Z. It's not with an S. Okay, so PRIMEBRAINZ. Those are the two courses here. This one is manual bots using anything from igbots.org. In the videos, obviously, it's going to be a different tool, but you get the point. In this tool, it's the same exact tool from the one here. Okay, now I want to talk about real quick what makes the tools different. Okay. I think I've said this already, but I'll go over it. This specific tool here you can do, and I actually have it right here. Let me go ahead and pull it up. I have it right here. You can do follow, unfollow, and scrape. Okay? You can scrape usernames, you can follow, etc. Okay? And you could kind of switch up the timings. It has a whitelist. And basically what a whitelist does is that if, let's say, you don't want to follow a certain person or you don't want to unfollow a certain person, that's essentially what it does. Okay, you just put their username in there. These tools don't have that. This tool doesn't have that. These tools do not have that. Okay, the whitelist or the scrape. These tools are just, essentially got it, get it, go. It does the job for you, gets it quick. It's not really too semantic about it. The thing that's different about these tools over this tool, over this tool, is that these tools this one can do like, which this tool cannot. And these tools here have a comment tool that this tool does not, and this tool does not, okay? So, guys, I'll be leaving every tool in the link in the description. Just check them out if you're interested or if you want to learn more. Now, in terms of installing the tools, let's go ahead about talking about installing the tools. Honestly, it's a really easy process, but I'll guide you guys through that here. If you go to autopilotpassiveincome.com, okay, and you click on other here and you go to Instagram Redbubble mini course, if you join the mini course, there are guides inside the course on how to install these tools. Okay, or how to install, I believe, these tools, but you could use the same mentality for the other tools as well. It's really a general, easy concept. They do have documentation on how to do it. Like if you go over here and hit the installation, you could read an article how to do it. They also have the same thing for I believe it was, did I get a, yeah, they have the same thing, installation guide here. So it's all really the same. It's relatively easy to use, okay? Now, just a quick FYI, when we talk about blocking, this is the last thing I'll say for the video because I don't want it to stretch out too long. When we talk about blocking, guys, to get blocked, realize that if you got blocked, first of all, it's not the end of the world. I said that already. But second of all, it's because your account cannot handle whatever it is. The numbers that I say in my video of 150 whatever, you guys should go out and try it and see how it works for you. If it works well, then you're good. If it doesn't work well, then you know that your account literally cannot handle it. So you got to pick a smaller number. You might start off with 100 a day, 50 a day, whatever the number is, okay? So just keep that in mind. Also, if you are getting blocked, the wise decision is not to go out the next day and do the same thing. You want to give it a few days rest. You want to give your account a break to show them, hey, I'm not a robot here. So if you got, let's say, blocked on Monday, then go back on Thursday or Friday or Wednesday, but don't do it right away. Sometimes they'll tell you a certain date about when the block ends. Sometimes they won't. Either way, at the end of the moral of the story is don't behave like a robot, okay? Now, very quick, the last thing I need to say is when you set up your delays, when I say delays, if you look at the tools here, let's go over here to settings. You have a delay minimum, delay maximum. For the tool that is the 67 euro, you have a minimum, maximum, a sleep, etc. The reason why these numbers are low here, like 1 to 5 seconds, are just for the videos that I make. In real life, I do not use these numbers, okay? You want to do, like, let's say give it at least 40 seconds in between each, okay? After an hour, you know, the whole session should be taken care of. So it's really not that much, but give it at least 40 seconds in between. So maybe you go from 30 to 70 or something like that, or 30 to 90, 30 to 60 as an example, okay? For these tools, kind of the same thing, okay? There's really nothing different. Like, for example, this one is the follow and follow tool. You go over here to the settings, you just set in the settings, okay? And don't think too harshly about it. It's, this stuff is very, very flexible because the tools that we're using, and the ones specifically that I'm recommending, they're not API tools. So Instagram is very, very forgiving with these tools. They're not API tools. With an API tool, your account could be removed overnight, okay? But with the tools that we're using, they're really not, because it's just mimicking human being activity. It's, it does what a human being does. The only difference is we're giving it a tool to do it for us because we don't want to waste our time. That's really what we're doing. We're paying for the luxury of saving time. And in my opinion, saving time is the most important thing because time is more valuable than money. I can always earn money, but I can never get back my time. So that's really the end of the video, all right? Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully this video cleared everything up, and this is probably everything you need to know as a beginner about using tools like this, all right? Peace out, bye.